Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for this afternoon. It's another 5-game slate starting at 4 p.m. So before we get into it, I appreciate you to hit the like on the video and subscribe if you have not already. You can follow on Twitter for updates throughout the day. Yesterday, Luka was pretty disappointing. I felt pretty good about pairing him with Harden and then building from there. I did not really want to pay up for Davis too, and he didn't really have a good game, so I really wish Doncic could have came through, but made some mistakes. Well, we move on to today. So this late, I actually like it. My Sixers are on it, and they're dealing with another injury with Ben Simmons. So we got some value on Philly. We have some nice plays on Sacramento. Karis LeVert's price tag keeps dropping, so there's plenty of good plays today. Starting off here at point guard, looking at definitely not playing 9,300 for Drew Holiday. You could play Moran if you want, but I am just thinking that the Grizzlies are just kind of done. Like, they're just kind of defeated. I don't see them winning really any of these games coming up. I think that Morant is going to do his best to carry the team on his back, but there's only so much he can do with all the injuries. So I'm not that interested. Maybe you could look at like Dylan Brooks, who's like 54 or 5,300 on DraftKings as a cheap play, but I don't know if I want to pay 85 for Ja Morant today. We have De'Aaron Fox is like $1,000 cheaper, $900 cheaper. I like him a lot more. He's been playing pretty much the same, if not better, shooting a lot more. He's taken 20 plus shots in 3 out of the last 4 games, which is something that you normally don't see. The assist numbers are still there for him. He plays 37, 39 minutes. The Kings are in a really good, well, they're still fighting for the playoff spot. I was going to say they're a much better spot than the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies are still holding down the 8th spot, but for how much longer, nobody expects it to be too much longer. I expect the Blazers to probably get in there, then maybe the Kings or Suns can get to the 9th seed. I think the Grizzlies will fall out altogether, but De'Aaron Fox, 7,600, that is just an incredible price. You have SGA at 6,800. He has yet to kind of find a shot. 3 of 11 in the last game. I expect him to kind of 3 of 11, but he still made 36 fantasy points. So he's not just that guy that you need him just to score a lot. Like a guy like Clarkson, he does everything out there. So I like the price tag. The matchup is good for him. And then not interested in Tyler Johnson, obviously. I think Shake Milton looks like a nice option today, 5,800. No Ben Simmons. He's going to play a lot more minutes at the point guard position, and he's going to get to handle the ball a lot more. Simmons played 23 minutes before he left, so it's a pretty good opportunity for Shake Milton to get you over 30 minutes, and he has some upside, and I do like what he brings with the scoring, and he can rack up some assists too, especially if Simmons is not out there. And then I'm not really looking at anybody else really at point guard. Maybe Alec Burks, 3,700 for Burks could be a nice play, just because he's going to get you probably mid-20s minutes and might even close depending on how well he's playing. At shooting guard, I am looking at definitely Karis LeVert, just sticks out at 7,100. That game against Boston just got out of hand. So he only played like 20-something minutes, 27 minutes. He was still decent with a point per minute in terms of fantasy, but this matchup is so much easier against Sacramento, not having to deal with the likes of Marcus Smart guarding him. And this game should probably be a lot closer. So if in that case, the price tag on LeVert went from 78 down to 71. I don't think that price tag should have happened. I think the price should have stayed the same, if not gone up in this matchup. So I love Karis LeVert. He's probably my favorite shooting guard. You have SGA is probably another one of my top plays at this position. Then you have Troy Brown, who's been playing better. Got to give him some credit. Early in the year, it just looked like he was doing nothing out there on the court, but with all the injuries, he's getting the playing time, and he's actually doing stuff out there, getting rebounds, getting assists, and shooting a lot more. So I think you could play him if you want. You also have the Magic players with the injury to Aaron Gordon. You have Evan Fournier, 53. He's going to benefit. You're going to have 5,000 Terrence Ross. He's also going to benefit. So you can pick your poison between those two. I think both will probably make value, but going over to small forward, have 79 for Tatum. That looks fine. 83 for Tobias. That looks good too. It's a little expensive, but it's no Simmons. He's going to benefit a lot. Then you have Gallo, 56. Troy Brown is just 55. And then Bogdanovich, 51. What an incredible game from him. Bouncing back after a 1 of 15 effort, made 13 of 20 shots, put up 50 fantasy points. You could play him again if you want. He's only 5,100. He's getting the minutes right now. The Kings, Buddy Hield only played 11 minutes in that game, so that was pretty surprising, but still, he's still going to get you 30 minutes. He's been playing that, except for the game against Dallas where he was just awful and deserved to sit on the bench for like only playing 20 minutes. But normally he's going to get you 30, 32 minutes. If he's playing Super Bowl, can get you up to like 35, 36, and 51 for him looks pretty nice. Then you have Josh Richardson. There's a lot of good options in the 5K range. You have Bogdanovich, Richardson, Terrence Ross. So even 55 for Troy Brown looks fine. So my emphasis and my focus is on those players. I think I'll probably just go Troy Brown again. Hopefully he doesn't let me down. Power forward, we have Tobias, Siakam. Zion is up to 8,000. The matchup is great. It is a back-to-back for them, so who knows how many minutes Zion's going to get. I think I like him a little bit more on FanDuel with his price point, and the Pelicans have kind of been losing a lot, so they're not that close in the race right now. And then other guys to look at as power forward, Al Horford, if he starts, could be a decent play, but he played 30 minutes even with Simmons playing like 27 or 22 or something like that, so he's probably going to maybe start and play like 30 to 35 minutes. And then you have Brandon Clark, 49, if you want some value plays. But the guy that I think is going to start for Aaron Gordon and be one of the better value plays on the slate is 3,000 for Gary Clark. He played 15 minutes. I believe he might have checked in directly for Gordon. If I'm wrong, then apologize, but I believe that is the case. Even if it's not and he doesn't start, I think he's still going to benefit. He's going to get you probably in the mid-20s of minutes if he comes off the bench. If he starts, could even get you 30 because Gordon played a decent amount before he left. He played 20 minutes, so give those 20 minutes to a guy like Gary Clark, and you're looking at like 30 minutes out of him. So 3,000 for Gary Clark. You could do much worse on the slate. Not a lot of value. At center, you have Joel Embiid at 10.5. He benefits so much without Ben Simmons. If you look at the court IQ stuff on Roto Grinders, I love him. He's my favorite spend up on the slate, even though there's not that many spend ups. I think he might be the only guy above 10,000. Yeah, only guy above 10,000, but that's why I'm going to prioritize Embiid. I like him a lot more than Zion. I think you could play Vooch if you want 78 against Embiid. You could double stack the center spot. You don't mind Valanciunas, but I'm going with Embiid, just getting the sure thing. He's been playing 33, 34 minutes in the last couple games, and he even fouled out in the game against Washington. So we'll deal with some foul trouble, but was just on another level again. 30 points. He had 5 stocks against Orlando, against Vooch. Vooch is a good player, decent defender at least, but Embiid, I think, is going to benefit. Just without Simmons, and 10.5 is still not like price where it should be without Ben Simmons. So I like these 5 quite a bit, and then for some other plays I guard, I think you could look at some of the guys I mentioned. I'm right now looking at like 58 for Shake Milton, another guy that will benefit a lot without Ben Simmons, and I think he's going to play like 33, 34 minutes. And we saw the game against the Knicks earlier in the year, put up 55 fantasy points. Definitely has some value, especially if he's hot shooting, and he can definitely shoot the threes. Really good at making long distance on the year, 46% from distance in 116 attempts. So Shake Milton can definitely shoot, and it still leaves it with 52-50 left if you want to use this core. And now let's go over to FanDuel. Alrighty, over on FanDuel at point guard, you have De'Aaron Fox sitting in at a pretty nice $8,000 price. Then you have another guy that I like, John Moran, is cheaper than Fox on FanDuel. You could go to Ja if you want at 77. Then we have a couple guys I'm not really interested in. Then you have Kemba at 48. His minutes should probably go up pretty soon. And play 26. I would not be shocked if he plays 30. And you're getting him for 4,800 on FanDuel. That looks like a nice play. Then you have Shake Milton at 47. You have kind of it. Maybe Corey Joseph. I believe he started. But I'm not going to be really looking at Corey Joseph. But give me Shake Milton at 4,700. That price tag is pretty broken on FanDuel. They did not price him up before accounting for the fact that Ben Simmons is out. So he's going to be my favorite point guard play. Shooting guard, you have Karis LeVert. I love him. I love SGA, 7,500. Then we have like a little bit cheaper for Terrence Ross, 54. Bogdan is just 49. Josh Richardson is just 4,800. Lots and lots of good options here. I am going with Karis LeVert at 79 as my pay up. Small forward, we have Brennan Ingram, 75. Decent play. Tobias is just 68. Like, are you kidding me? Tobias is going to be like, should be 80% owned today in cash. Tournaments, is probably not going to break 50%, but I think that's a mistake. No Ben Simmons. He's going to be able to shoot a lot more. He's going to be able to have the ball in his hands a little bit more, get you more rebounds. Everything is just going to benefit for Tobias. So I love him at 6,800. Then you have Troy Brown at 58. Fournier. Other guys to consider. Maybe Harrison Barnes, 4,300. But Tobias is clear and cut my favorite guy that jumps off the page. At power forward, Tatum. Zion is 68 on Fanduel. You could definitely look to his way. If we get word that he's not going to be super limited. I mean, he only played 21 minutes, so it's not like he played 30 minutes yesterday. Yeah, I could see him play a similar amount, maybe if not a little bit more. And on FanDuel, this position isn't super deep. So I would take a shot on Zion if you want. Then you have Rashawn Holmes at 5,500. Looks like a good value play. But the other Sixer player that I like is Al Horford at just 4,800. So really, I think on FanDuel, I'm stacking the Sixers. I might have like 4 Sixers on the team because they're all underpriced. And they're all going to benefit a lot without Simmons. It's not the easiest matchup, but 48 for Horford, who might start, 68 for Tobias, 47 for Shake, 98 for Embiid. They're probably my favorite team on the slate today. You have some injuries on the Brooklyn Nets. Could shake things up, but I like the Sixers the most. So that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You can hit the like button if you enjoyed, and good luck today.